Could you tell me what happened to you 2.5 years ago?
Um, I guess we had to cancel some shows because I'd gotten back from a tour that was sort of difficult, and my health was obviously not going so well, and I was getting pretty delusional, and I'd lost a lot of weight, and I was sort of not sleeping, and so we had to cancel some shows, and I went to the hospital, and kind of, I guess since then, sort of have been recovering from that.
I'm not sure if did he describe the actual events kind of leading up to it? Yeah, see, I wasn't there either. I'm not sure if he'd want me to talk about it, specifics too much.
I don't know. Yeah, I was, I guess... Yeah, no, I guess someone from the outside would probably interpret me. I was getting very delusional and manic and depressed and different things. It was sort of erratic. I don't know, because to be honest, a lot of stuff that at the time was sort of delusional is stuff that I don't necessarily disagree with or deny at this point still. So it didn't seem like it.
One thing he was doing, he had decided, so he went to a cabin with a man from church. That's a friend of ours from church. And at some point during this trip, and he was there for 2 days, I think, maybe 2.5. Because I had taken the children to visit a friend of mine a few hours away in a different town. But he'd gone, and at one point during the trip, he decided that he was going to close it. He was going to keep his eyes closed. So he decided, that he was going to function, but he was not going to open his eyes. And this friend had to lead him around. I mean, they went into stores, and so that was one thing.
I'd say a person who becomes convinced that they're the Antichrist is delusional. I guess that's probably clinically delusional. But I don't know, I haven't really seen anything necessarily since believing that has proved otherwise. So who knows?
I would just say there was just a culmination of just years and years of trying to steer something and having, and just not being able to control it, and not being able to control your own thoughts and your own feelings and your own urges and demons that are inside. And I think it just got to be too much, and he just crashed.
When I go dead, I won't even mind. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll be just fine. I'll stay out all night, looking at the sky. still have my sight. Yeah, I'll still have my eyes. When I go down, when I go down, when I go down, when I go down.
See him there? 11 people were injured in the mayhem and a dozen cars damaged. The 19-year-old suspect is now in police custody.
I grew up essentially in Leonard, Minnesota. It's in northwest Minnesota. And as you come into Leonard, there's a sign that says Leonard, population 50. But we lived actually out on a farm that was 3 or 4 miles out of Leonard. So we were not even part of the 50 population of Leonard. Mimi lived about 4 miles away, closer to the town of Clearbrook, which is population 600, and that's actually where the school was. And so we both went to the same school. Leonard, Minnesota. Population 50. Oh wait, 29, I guess. Clearwater County, the poorest county in Minnesota. Don't blink. This is the football field for the Clearbrook Hornets. To be quite honest, it is one of my fondest memories of my youth. I was playing football in this town. And the only reason I could get on the team was that the town is so small that they would take everybody that wanted to play. And so even little guys like me got to play football. Mim worked at one of the gas stations in town, Johnson's. She also, for a long time on Sunday mornings, would go clean up the municipal liquor store, and she would get paid to clean it up from the weekend's mess. She's got a lot of ugly stories about that job. There's a lot of alcoholism and the products thereof. I guess I realized what being drunk was, and I realized that I realized why that could become a very attractive habit. And I don't know, I guess I kind of got away from it soon enough. It didn't stick with me, but yeah, I could tell it was something I could probably make a problem out of, so I think it's a good thing I don't.